The soldiers of Aeon enlisted the help of a one certain Seamus Black to come on and help them steal an artifact from the Bridge of Worlds, Hasport's Wizard's Tower. The item in question is the surface scanner that looks across the entirety of Aeon and gathers input on when and where and what quality and what characteristics are happening around the world for graphs that rips in space and time that bring in new things into the world. You believe it is possible to utilize that to attempt to intercept powerful fire-based graphs that the fire cardinals would be using to bolster their armies in a bit of a shallow way. They are somehow able to open these gates, control the things that come out, and bolster their forces. And that's been a problem. Simultaneously across the globe, there are many locations that have been hit Aurora's Rest from the scattered breadcrumbs of information that you've been able to get so far since the fall. Seems like one of the worst. So, you enter into the Braid of Eternity, one of the few locations in Aurora's Rest that is still active from a teleportation standpoint. This is Albiadalla's tower. And while you, being a small party, go on your thievery mission, a large portion of one of the chapters in Allegory is assaulting the front gates of Aurora's Rest. And as you came up over the mountain in your soldier's march, you looked down expecting to see the city, the bridge, the lake, the rest of the city, the backdrop of the spiky mountains. And instead, you saw the city sunken, the lake evaporated, and the ice that supported the structure of the city like bedrock is gone, and it has fallen in on itself. And you see multitudes of literal fire giants picking up buildings and forcibly reconstructing the city. It is now a gigantic ring where even some of the wizard towers seem to have been relocated. However, those seem to be some of the least frequently moved items in the city. You enter into the Braid of Eternity. You are brought into a situation where there are little fire creatures and snakes kind of patrolling around. You get into a fight. It's not terribly hard, other than there's a few fiery creatures that continuously cast firewall straight on your party, which is really bothersome. Noah's ashamed. And you figure out a little bit of why this teleportation location was open as you meet a flaming tiger that seems to want to share. After discussing with them for a little bit, you tentatively feel they are potentially an ally, somebody who doesn't seem to quite agree or fit underneath the rule of the thumb of fire. As you meet a flaming creature with a core of deep red pink fire rolling out of its chest. The last session ended with the conversation essentially coming to a close, you deciding to see what happens as you follow this new flaming tiger as a bit of a guide through the remainder of Albiadala's tower and what may or may not have changed inside of this space. Did they get your name, Noah?
Yes. We got the name, and we ended last time with me basically being like, well, I'll show you how to get out of there, and Margot going, well, I don't fucking trust you. And then I jumped off the cliff.
Crude analysis, but yes.
All right.
Which I do believe there is 2 of me. Oh shit! I shouldn't have done that. There is 2 of me on the map. You have the tiger version and the non-tiger version.
Where's the tiger version?
The tiger version is in the pool.
Oh, got it. Deleted.
I'm trying to remember why there's 2 of me. There was a reason there was 2 of me. Was it a spell I did?
Yes.
Oh.
It was your magic surge.
It was the surge. Yeah, it was a wild magic surge. It's just 2 of me bopping around the map now. Cool.
You see, and you're in your humanoid form, right, Noah?
Yes, but I'm technically not in this area. I'm in the pool. Because I ended with just jumping off the ledge.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. So you see this tiger roll up and become a humanoid and basically saying, "Follow me, kids," and jumping off of the cliff. Oh, there it is. Starting strong already.
Muted.
I'm on mute. I believe, did we take a short rest while we were in this space or not yet?
I don't know that we got to that.
No,
we need to, but I don't think we did.
Oh, I need to, that's for sure. Barrick's hurting.
Yeah. So is Margot. She's at almost half health. Do we want to take a short rest, guys?
That's up to the spellcasters.
This is a spellcaster who needs it for martial reasons. She needs it for the hit dice.
I'm good.
My spell slots are fine, but my body's not.
My body's
I mean,
exactly.
My spell slots are fine, and my body's fine. So
I don't know how Haru is fine. She kept getting
It's just
surrounded.
Barrow.
she got
just Barrack
swarmed,
and
but
Margot.
Yeah, Barrick's adding to his scar collection currently.
Seamus is fine.
Do we have healing potions? I think we do. I think we've used them all because we keep going down.
Dro, I know, has some. Dro has 3 normal and 1 greater.
I don't know if it's better to do a short rest and use hit dice or a healing potion. 'cause
how
healing
like
potions
hurt
can get people.
are you hurt? Are you like half health kind
I'm
of hurt?
almost to half health.
Probably smarter
so
to
you
just
are
do hit
half
die.
Yeah, I look like 1 or 2 good pokes and I'm down.
Yeah, it might be hit dice. Might be smart.
Yeah.
Okay, because I have healing spells, but I'm like,
That'd be a lot of healing. I would
yeah, I'm
need
like, how much do I need to pump
30
you?
HP is the quantity of healing I need. 30 HP.
I could get you probably 20.
Barrack is worse though. He's like on death's door.
Okay.
I think I got a little bit of something in me last time because I'm about half now.
I think we should just do a short rest.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, with 2 people that need to, I think it's just smarter. Instead of wasting a bunch of resources to get just one of them.
Yeah. Alright.
So the tiger just jumped off. No communication, just jumped off. We're just gonna sit here.
We're like, wait, we're gonna take a timeout real quick.
Like, how is it
It'll be a long couple hours.
We're gonna nap.
To be fair, I don't think anybody trusted him though.
Oh yeah. He's a flaming creature in the flaming hell pit that was.
I mean, I don't trust him either. If Protector was here, he'd be like, yeah, no, fuck that.
I'm going to aim my gun and I'm going to shoot.
From what I remember, there were some pretty good insight rolls last time. And, like, the whole time he seemed confused, but upfront.
Yeah, the insight rolls determined that he was being truthful, but that he also didn't really lean one way or the other. That right now he's just kind of falling in the middle and is just slightly helping you, more so out of curiosity.
Yeah. How do I do this? I don't do short rests very much anymore.
If you just click the button on the bottom, it will automatically roll your hit dice until you're at full, if that's what you want to do.
Sure. I think that was a 1. That's great.
I'm also going to, because I rolled hit dice, use my soul well vial to get my sorcery points back up to full, because we might need those sorcery points later.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Say 5.
You're rolling really low.
I only need 3, so I'm gonna convert, and then
Now I roll high. I roll high right at the end just to overshoot my health pool. Got it.
That's what I did too. I rolled low until the very end, and it overshot at the end. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
I never roll hit dice though, so this is big. I actually rolled hit dice.
Right. Congratulations. Important moment.
Oh wait, I don't need to use my soul well vial because of sorceress restoration now. I just get half of my. You regain sorcery points equal to half of your sorcery level at the end of a short rest. Sick. That's awesome. So I can regain sorcery points on 2 short rests now.
Okay. Oh, and I get a couple of spell slots back because we took a short rest. Because wizard stuff.
Wait.
Might as well get back a little bit of HP.
That's what I'm debating, just for rolling a hit die.
It's I'm like it's just 1, so might as well just
Probably should do Cressida too.
get back of it.
Oh, that's a long rest. That's a short rest.
That'd be worth it.
Again, with the fucking hit dice and the 1s. Fine.
Yeah, right?
There's no
That did back my HP.
It says you regained 7 hit points, though.
It
That's so
said I
weird.
did, but it didn't give it to me.
So weird.
I was
There are
like,
gremlins in the system.
I'm
They're
one,
absolutely.
1 point shy of full HP. I'm not rolling another one.
No.
Yeah, just roll an extra hit die. You'll be fine. It'll be a 1 for sure.
I forgot I got my focus points back too, so that's a plus.
Alright, we ready to rock and roll? Or not?
As you guys see Barrack, and he's got his coat off. He's taking time to use the water to help soothe his wounds and whatnot. And there's a strip of red skin that runs right down his forearm. And you can, let me see, anybody who has a decent perception, because he's not really hiding it, but he's not broadcasting it, 14 or above, you see him intentionally leave a portion of his body unhealed before he starts putting his gear back on.
That portion he left, where was it exactly?
What's that?
The portion he left unhealed that we saw, where was it
Left.
exactly?
Left forearm.
Same spot Joe has a scar?
Maybe.
Okay. Cool. Great.
Kind of shakes himself out, plops down on the rock. So, I'm gonna say this sentence, and it's gonna make sense, oddly enough. So, do we trust the flaming cat enough to follow it?
We don't really have any other options. The other route do you see out of here?
To be honest, my magical senses aren't really helping much right now with this. This is closer to a domain than anything. And that is not my area of expertise.
Could send my other me ahead.
And you can see through her eyes and stuff, right?
I am trying to find where it says I don't know what it was. I didn't think that was one of them. So I still have my count going up.
What was the spell that came out of the ring that you used?
Oh,
It
that's
was a
what it is.
ring. Oh, that's what it was. I
It
think
wasn't
it was
the magic spell.
Is it on here? Let's scroll back up. I don't think it's on here. I think you just said it. It was one of the spells.
High level illusion. I'll find it in a moment.
It lasts like 8 hours or something.
Project image.
Project image, you think that's what it was?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Was
can.
the-
So it lasts for a day. You can see through its eyes and and hear through its ears.
So
The
it's a
physical inter-
familiar of me.
Yeah, it's basically a fancy familiar that mimics you.
Using that spell ring so fun. Nothing bad will happen. I'll keep doing it, and everything will be fine. Yeah. So she's gonna say, I don't have to. I will be blind and deaf, and you guys will have to make sure I don't die while this is happening. But yes, I can send her forward.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't go.
Unlike Find Familiar, you don't lose your sight and sound. You just get double.
Well, using it senses you are blinded and deafened in regards to surroundings. The third paragraph. Unless what I'm looking at, I'm looking at the legacy one. Did they change it in 2024?
I think I'm looking at the legacy one too. Let's go back.
Probably changed it in 2024.
Hold on. Oh, no. Yeah, so you can see through the illusion's eyes and hear through its ears as if you were in its space. Mimics you and your mannerisms perfectly. Yeah, it's. I put it in the chat. There's no blindness, deafness with this.
Yeah, they took that out. They made it more powerful.
They should, because otherwise it is kind of just like an exaggerated Find Familiar.
That's gonna be really overwhelming now. 2 different sites now.
That's that's something.
If anybody has, the ability to deal with 2 different sites, it's Kiki and her true sight eyes.
That's
Oh,
fair.
yeah?
That's fair.
Margot can see the gods themselves. I will send Margot 2.0 to jump off the cliff after the tiger thing.
Okay. As you do, you go and approach, and you can feel what she feels. And as she jumps, you expect a feeling of like dropping and gravity, and that kind of feeling where like your organs start to rush up slightly. And instead, there's none of that. There's the squished and kind of distorted feeling of a teleportation.
Huh.
That's what Joe saw. Because Joe looked down and saw steam rolling across it.
Isn't it so cool how when you teleport and you end up in the big circle of water, there's mist in the water like I described right when you showed up? Isn't that a fun little connection there?
He also said it was a
can't
dark
see through her,
whirlpool,
so I'm not sure where she is.
There is a dark whirlpool.
which as a player
I'm
piqued my
guessing she's
interest.
in the room.
I cannot see where you currently are with my sightlines. But if you teleported into the big circle, you cannot see him immediately. He is not within the water.
And there's no fire creatures out here other than our friend.
Nope. Everything seems to have gone.
Well, I don't know why he had to be so dramatic about it jumping off the cliff, but we can just go out the door because he's right outside.
We should jump off the cliff.
You
Why?
do what you like.
Well, actually, never mind. I put his password on the door. He magically sealed it on the last time,
Mhm.
and I don't remember what the password was. It was something. This was a month. This was like more than a month ago, guys. It was something ridiculous, like something about like spicy fried chicken, because we're dealing with fire elementals. No, I'm still not truly the DM on this map. as he goes to like unlock the door magically, does it open?
Yeah, so as you approach... Oh. I now need to think about that. I thought I had the answer immediately and then went, wait a minute, with that? So it's magically sealed. Yeah, so as you approach the door and you speak the command word, the door does become unlocked.
Okay. All right. And do we see what we expect to see on the other side, or is it something else?
As you go to open the door, you find that the big, heavy, I believe I described it as kind of like oakish, door opens with kind of this grinding as it moves. And you see in front of you a little stream of water leading past some crushed walls down into a kind of puddle down a staircase. So yes, you see in front of you what you expect to see in front of you.
Remind me, the center pool, the walls that are there, do those reach to the top, or can we see over them when we look out the door? I can't remember.
You cannot see through any of these. Oh wait, you're talking about the walls at the whirlpool itself?
Yeah, like these.
Those walls you can see over just a little bit.
Can I roll perception to see if I see Margot 2.0 standing there?
Yes.
Not hiding.
But I'm wondering. Oh, that's great. Love that. What is Dro's perception? I don't even remember. Math 8. They're 15.
Okay. You are quite easily able to see her short little head, like the very top of it, peeking over the wall.
Okay.
Because you are like you're what, 5'4"?
5 foot.
Tiny.
You can see
My
a
guess is,
singular.
Like 5 foot. I don't know. It's been too long. I don't know.
If she's just 5 foot, you can see like a little strand of hair caught in the mist. Oh yeah, okay, you can barely see her. Yeah. The wall itself is about 5 feet tall, so.
I was just more curious if the teleport took you somewhere else and mimicked here. Okay. After Dro clocks it, then he's gonna walk through the door.
So as you approach forward, you are able to see over the wall that Firalis is still in his kitty humanoid form, and he's just sitting next to the staircase, just kind of like idling and waiting. He seems to be almost resting, but as you start approaching, he stands up and says, "Well, that's another way to go through it. Either way, you end up at the same place, the exit. Took you long
This is the
enough.
exit. This is where we came in.
Indeed. This is also where you go out. Doors work both ways." The sass. Well, is this everybody? Are we good to go?
Yeah, Seamus is going along too.
You said it's empty in here? All the fire creatures that were ambushing us are no longer in here?
Correct.
Can I roll perception? Because last time the little tiny woman tried, and she kicked off the combat by killing the imp.
You may absolutely roll a perception.
Oh, great. Love it. Cool. That's a 11.
Cool. The fire that you notice is the fire of Pyralis, and the lit different colors of each sconce, torch in a sconce, all around the circle. But you do not see any fires like darting around overhead, nor any tiny creatures running about.
Cool. Mm,
Well, lead the way. My teleportation got us here. I'm excited to see how you get us out.
I must warn you before we go. My comrades, or lesserlings might be the better term for them, have been sent ahead, not by me, but by my second in command, to warn the Fire Nation that you are on your way. So whatever objective you have that I'm happy to help with, will have to be quick, and we will not be able to sit around for 1 to 4 hours waiting in the future.
Can I insight check him? to
Please.
see if-
Absolutely.
can I somehow give help or something? 'Cause I wanted to do the same thing.
Yeah, you can absolutely give advantage. You both just kind of give each other like a knowing look, like, hey, I don't trust this
Margaret and I
guy.
are like, fuck this guy.
Which one of your characters, Kiki, is doing it? Because
Oh my god.
Wow.
I was gonna give guidance if he clocked that.
Well, guidance wouldn't help. I rolled 7. Wait, hold on. I don't think I can re-roll. Can I re-roll? Can I use? Hold on. Font of Magic. No, I don't think I can re-roll. Can I not use sorcery points anymore to re-roll? I can't. Oh.
Let's see, the only highest you can
I
get
guess
is
that was
17.
just a. What?
If they gave you guidance, the highest you could get is only 17.
Well, I could also do Bend Luck, which just takes a sorcery point, which adds another d4 to it, so we could bump that.
Oh no, it's your call. She rolled. I didn't get guidance out yet. If you want me to allow me to use it or no.
No. With the rolls already
But I
done,
can do Bend Luck after a roll. I don't have to do it before a roll.
that is perfectly fine.
Yeah, pretty much everything that used to say like you have to choose before you see the result is done. Like 2024 pretty much did away with that. So you don't have to like spend your
17.
resources.
Yes, I am now doing a campaign at the library and am forced to learn the 2024 rules as I DM for my new group. And sorcerer changes I have not gotten to yet because
There's a lot of
they went
sorcerer
wizard.
changes.
They went wizard,
okay, so
barbarian,
17.
and bard. So, a 17. It would appear as though he is telling the truth, although he's kind of dickish about it, or cocky, perhaps.
Dro hears in his head. We'll keep an eye on him, but we don't really have another choice right now.
Oh, trust me, I'm keeping an eye out.
Lead the way, kitty.
You see him begin to approach the water, and you can kind of feel like the flame, almost like he's taking a breath and preparing himself or themselves for the water. And then they kind of step in, and you can see steam immediately starts coming from the pool as they start stepping closer and closer to the dark whirlpool. Now, just a few hours ago, you did not listen to me and jump off the cliff. That's fine. Walking through the front door, jumping off the cliff leads to the same place. This time around, The only way out of this room is to step into the pool. And they step into the whirlpool and just funnel down.
All right.
Well, once again, I recommend the duplicate starts us off. He didn't say there was a specific time frame, other than
All right.
not 4 hours.
I will center in.
So, what you can feel as you jump in there. You ever gone to one of those, like, water parks and there's way too many people there, and you're in, like, a wade pool or a whirlpool, and because there's too many people, you can't get past the people, you kind of feel yourself starting to get pulled under the water, and you gotta fight against all of the human bodies around you to not drown. This was a
Very
childhood
specific
experience of
example.
mine.
I was gonna say.
So maybe this is not universal, but for me, I know what that feeling is. The feeling as you step into the whirlpool is almost like stepping into a rushing river. You feel the water begin to take you and pull you. It is powerful. It is hard to fight against. And as you start moving towards the center of the whirlpool, not by your own will, but by the will of the rushing water, you can feel the cold against your skin as the water continues to push you and pull you down. And as you get further down into the whirlpool, you feel your entire body submerge. Your hair is kind of getting yanked all around. It feels like you're about to drown. And then all of a sudden, what was down is now up, and you are on the opposite side of the whirlpool, kind of shot out, and in the water of the opposite side of the map, which I do not have because that is the end of my my DMing foresight. So yes, basically like you just stepped into something right side up and then came out upside down, but now that upside down is right side up.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Do you feel
does she see? Sorry. Does she see any like fire or danger or anything on the other side?
At the very least, Firalis. I see DM is now typing, so it's either a DM is typing to let me know, or a DM is going to let us know.
Sure. You are transported, and I gotta read the spell that you're using again. Da, 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 da.
I don't know that it can be transported actually. Now that it's an illusion, it's not like a familiar or. This is where it gets tricky. This is.
The range is
You're
500
miles away. That's
500
insane.
miles. So as long as you're in range, you're good. Which, yes, mathematically, yes, you're fine. Even though we're
Within
dealing
500
with like
miles.
trippy wizard shit, it's still within 500 miles. Yeah. So you open up, and you're essentially in like a very large, strangely constructed tunnel. It looks like a tower, like a more traditional tower with occasional windows and like spots where like stairs would have been, like fell on its side, and is like almost like a hollowed out tube now, with very little remaining other than the structural surrounding of the wall. And you see bubbles and embers like floating around you. You see coral and occasional coral like coming up through the stonework, and you see flames like licking up through like one of the open windows. And you keep staring down, and you see at the end of this kind of tubular hallway a shift of elements that kind of like slowly kind of flick in and out.
Well, it seems safe enough. Wizard, let them two go. And she shoves the wizard forward.
Drill's gonna chime up real quick. Was your buddy able to breathe?
It's not able. It's not able to breathe in general. It's an illusion.
Drill just looks at you.
Like your pretty lights, but more useful.
Looks to the other two that are behind him and kind of motions them to come over. When they get within 30 feet, cast water breathing on everybody.
Thanks. Don't mind if I do.
Just look at Margot like.
Listen, I didn't know that spell would be cast when I used the ring. I just went for it.
Yeah, sounds like you. And this is the dark whirlpool, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna walk into it.
Well, we got one sort of safe confirmation. I can send another thing that does know how to breathe, if that would be helpful.
Well, we have the magic on us that helps us breathe, so that seems redundant at this point.
Bye. And Barrick's just gonna go for it. He's actually gonna go up and he's gonna go up and do like a full swan dive into the hole.
Oh boy, I guess we're jumping in.
I guess so.
All right. As you go through, everybody has that tugging, twisting, disorientation. This one is a little bit different than normal teleportations you go through. Those ones, you feel like you're stretched and compressed, and this time it feels like kind of more like you're slapped flat, like a frisbee, and then tossed in the air. And then you land securely.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah,
I
not
need
bad.
another me.
Oh, that's true. Let's see. Copy, paste.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part of me that really wishes I would have waited to cast water breathing just to see if it was actually needed.
To see if we also are drowning.
Well, as you guys get in here, your clothes begin to ripple and your hair floats and begins to move. You do feel like you are in water. And as you're here staring down this cave and you see like little bubbles coming up from the coral itself and floating through the water, and then you see these little pockets of fire here and there that release these embers. And occasionally like two of them interact and kind of creates like this gassy haze for a moment, and then it kind of gets swept up in the water and disperses. And around Phyralis, you see this kind of like gassy haze is continuously appearing from his fiery body, almost like an energy shell around him. And Virelis, give me a history check here, or survival.
Survival better. Dirty 20.
30-20, okay. You know that sometimes there's wild things that live up in here that will make an appearance, as is pretty much anywhere in any of these simulated environments. This is one of the places inside of the tower that has like a forced cross section of two elements. And there are things that live all over in this tower. This tower is like, largely you can think of it as like a contained magical savanna. And you know that this is one of the ways you have to go through kind of like a few zigzaggy ways to get out of the tower itself, or at least to like get out of the upper levels of the tower to reach what is like normal people building stuff.
And do I know my way out from the time that I've been here?
You know that it can be a little bit tricky, and that some things shift, but not very much.
All right,
And yes, you know your general way out. Excuse me.
I'll turn to the rest of the party and say, well, just keep an eye out for everything. These are all simulated landscapes, so you might run into, I don't know, different creatures of some sort? Possibly. I don't know if they're lethal or not. Everyone that I ever ran into was just kind of a starfish or a fish going here and there. But I do know the general way out of the tower, which I assume is where you're going. Didn't you say you were going to another tower or something like that?
Why don't you just help us get out of here first and we'll see?
Alrighty.
Question. Does Dro feel any different being in this area now? Completely underwater and mixed with fire?
Yeah. What's it like? There are moments in this area where a bit of current will roll by you, and it's very cold. And then that moment is followed by a pocket of warm water, like coming by and kind of grazing against your face. And it's this dichotomy of temperatures and feels. And you can even hear the crackle and the snap and the flicker and the whip of flames. You can also hear the warble of water reverberating off of objects around it. It feels both familiar and bizarre to you, Dro. Almost like that moment as you grow up and you have like a favorite hangout spot. And maybe you've been going there for years. And then one time you go there and you recognize that things have changed, that you have changed. And that's not your scene anymore. That's not your crowd anymore. Because over time, the pieces of you have built up to tip the needle enough where that place feels foreign, even though it should feel familiar.
Just look towards the tiger, but also keeping your head on a swivel.
With Fyralis, watching everyone arrive, they're gonna go ahead and turn the fire is the exit, right? Kind of down that way.
Yeah.
Fyralis is going to turn to everyone, and you can see some darker flame begin to form and then spread upward, kind of like a Cheshire smile. And they'll say, "Well, through the fire and the flame." And we'll begin to walk forward. Oh, I don't know if I have control over me. I do not have control over me.
You do now.
Oh,
Look to Margot.
this is true.
Which
So I have a question. Is it just Mid-Journey being a sweet little freak by making him look so much like Locke, or does he look like Locke?
Oh. No, he does not look like Locke. Like,
Because the photo looks like Locke on fire.
You know, that would have been a really cool character idea, and now I have regrets. But no. So every time that we tried to make a kitty on fire, we got a really cool kitty on fire, but we could not give it a pink heart. And every time that we tried to get a pink heart, it gave us a normal humanoid person on fire. So think of like a tabaxi on fire with a pink heart.
Yeah, okay. It's just the photo looked like Locke, and I was having a moment.
No, not him again.
I literally killed my character to get rid of that. No.
Okay.
Sorry, Quentin. I interrupted you.
No, you're good. Just look over at Margot. The duplicate looks exactly like you, right? There's no difference. Shit.
If you want, you can make, like, you can try to, like, look at her and, like, figure out which one is which.
Dro once.
Just an investigation check.
Tro would
against the
literally,
NPC.
out of instinct, turn to look to Margot and realize there's two standing there. He's gonna try to act like he's gonna talk to the real one. So I have all that investigation. What is it to try to figure out which one's which?
Is it my spell save DC? Let me see.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah, I'm
Christ.
pretty sure it'll be your spell save.
17 investigation.
Okay. This is gonna go great. Yeah, nah. That's an 11.
It's kind of like that moment where you talk to somebody who has a lazy eye or something, and you're like, oh, okay, it's a normal conversation. Wait,
They both cross their arms simultaneously.
and you're like, Barely kind of walks by and like pats you on the shoulder. Just pick one. 50-50. You'll be fine.
This is gonna get old real fast. Can you follow and do the same thing you've done, whichever one is not the real one?
Of course. Crap, that's all my characters. Hold on.
Which one spoke?
The one standing behind you.
Okay. Joe's gonna like try to clock that.
How loud did you say that?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, he would have walked right up to him. So not loud.
Okay. I was
Awkward
gonna say
listening.
if you said that loud enough, then yeah.
He like stood in the middle because he didn't know which one's which. I think intention. Well, I don't think he would realize it, but Dro's also just going to be close to Margot as the mindset of a protected brother. As they walk to the fire.
Yeah.
Lyralis gets about 10 feet, and then they look over their shoulder, just knowing that the party had previously not followed them. So Lyralis just kind of stops, motions,
We're coming.
Not very fast.
What's everybody's behaviors as you're walking through this thing? And this thing is huge. This is like possibly like a couple miles long, sort of set up here.
Cressida is enamored. Can she roll an Arcana check to figure out what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, of course.
Her little nerd heart is exploding.
Oh,
How does a 33 sound?
natural 20, 33? So 33 with bonuses, you mean? Damn.
So I can play any other character but Margot. That's what the dice tell me.
So this is the way that the scene plays out. It's like, okay, cool, everybody's going. And everybody takes like a good like 6 or 7 or 10 steps before they realize they're missing somebody. And you look back and Cressida's just like stood in place, staring all around. Okay, big magic. With the natural 20 for a 33 total. This is your first big hint of why this place is called the Braid of Eternity. She has done some really awesome stuff here where she is taking multiple schools of magic and opposing elements in this particular case. Other places might not have opposing elements, but might be mixed up, but you kind of start to see the pattern on the wall where there's a heavy usage of transmutation. The magic school that takes the fundamental properties of a thing and makes it different. And she's essentially used that as a conceptual basis to almost make like an elemental tie-dye for this area. Conjuration, abjuration, evocation, transmutation is all blending into this scene that you see, and this is like witnessing a magical painting masterpiece. All these different elements and techniques and strokes, and all just gently like guided into a balanced harmony that if you found like the right spot to poke, magically speaking, you could break that balance and it would all collapse and shatter. So overall, like, you feel like you definitely could not recreate this, but you have enough magical nerd heart to understand the artistry in here.
Yeah, she's just enamored. Like a kid in the candy store.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Cressida's doing on this.
Staring. As everybody else moves forward, she's a little frozen.
I think Margot's quiet. She's been quiet for weeks or however long since you guys brought her back, like hiding behind crates and stuff, and she's just equally quiet. They're not in combat right now, so she's just got her arms crossed and she's looking around on high alert. Super high alert, like we could be attacked any second.
Zero is terrified. He's walking into the element that's taken everything from him. But he's trying to play it off.
To be fair, at the end of the tunnel, it is kind of kaleidoscoping between different combinations of elements.
I think he's keeping his eye on the fire, and that is where he'll see every time he clocks fire, there's Best that he can to try to not make it seem like it scares him. Because anytime he saw fire, it led to his home being destroyed. Someone was injured. Someone almost died in front of him because of fire.
Somebody did die in front of him.
Yeah. I think at some point he, like as they're walking, he would glance over at the fire and then glance at Margot. I think instinctually too, he would try to glance to his right, expecting Yaslin to be standing there. Something that was familiar with him walking between Margot and Yaslin quite frequently. And I think his mind would start to wander that Yaslin's at the front line right now against this. So I think his little trying to keep it hidden starts to dwindle a bit. He becomes more worried, and the fear starts to creep up visibly on him a little bit more the closer they get.
Okay, what about Haru? Where is she at with this?
She's doesn't have the same trauma the rest of them do with fire by any means. So she's cautious, but she's also kind of gauging everyone else's reactions as well, trying to like get a sense of this group that she's with.
Okay. Yeah, Haru, in that case, give me an insight check.
Like, how does a 31? How does another nat 20 for 31 sound?
Guys, we can't use all our good rolls on this. We gotta save them for combat.
Or not?
Listen, I'm
Who
trying.
said you're doing any combat?
Combat? What combat?
Haru, you just heard the narrative from everybody. You get a pretty good
Yeah.
read. With Seamus, he's kind of stepped into the back and is kind of like observing all around him. You see him like walk over and like grab a couple of like loose stones, and like you hear like a snap in the fire, and like a little bit of that moment like in the campfire where like it pops and like part of the twig like falls out of the fireplace or the fire pit to like scoop it back in. Seamus goes over and like grabs that and like tucks it into a box and like puts it in his satchel, like cuts off a piece of coral. Like he's gathering oddities.
Souvenirs.
Yeah, or things that are potentially wealth generating that some wizard lady's not going to miss when she's not even here. So you see Seamus looks opportunistic, as he usually does. Barrick is I'm gonna 50-50 this. With a 31, you see Barrick looking around, being amused, and like being quite jovial as like he talks to people and he's kind of joking around. He's the one that like sees Cressida, takes some steps back, like gets behind her without her even noticing, and just like starts pushing on her back to like move her forward to like catch up with the group. And with a 31, you see there's a moment where he catches you looking at him, and you get like the most subtle like head shake of like, don't look at me.
Kind of like raises a brow, but shifts her gaze to somebody else.
And does that 31 points towards your kitty friend too?
I think it does, considering he seems to be the one who's leading them, and she's kind of like, it'd be nice to not be led into a fiery death.
So Noah, what does she get out of Pyralis with a 31?
Check.
Yeah.
The general vibe is almost cold. He's just... This almost feels like work. He's just kind of guiding them to the exit. Doesn't seem to have anything malicious about him, but he also doesn't seem to really care too much if the entire group is following. It's kind of like...
Yeah. And with this, is everybody essentially just doing a straight walk? Anybody doing something with the room specifically?
I think Margot's dream site is up still. No, it's not, because it lasts an hour and we took a short rest. It's not up. Never mind.
Okay. Anybody? Oh, anybody doing anything or just dragging on?
I mean, Cresta is very attuned with the room, magically.
Yeah.
So I think she's very focused on that. If something's gonna happen.
Good. Get a message.
I assume Pyralis is walked up and down these halls at least a couple times now, so this is just kind of normal. Or at least normal enough for a giant wizard's tower. So there's walking down, ready to go.
Okay. All right. You guys keep walking, and like I said, it's about kind of a 2-mile stretch here as you go through. Haru, don't you have stupid high perception?
Yes. Yes, she does. She has a 21.
Yeah. Yeah, that counts as stupid high. Um, Haru, as you're about half...
investigation, if that matters. If it's like traps or something.
If she wants, Cressida?
Yeah, she has a 23 passive investigation.
Okay, gotcha. Let's see here. Are you looking for traps or magical things?
It's
Or you
passive. So it's one of those passive insights investigations. Yeah. I was just saying, continue with Haru. So I was just making that note that she has 23 passive.
Yeah, you're fair. And you said passive 21, Haru?
Yes.
Okay. Haru, with your background, one of the senses that you've developed over time is not sight, it's not sound, it's not touch, it's like a danger sense. And as you get about halfway down this hallway, you begin to just feel like something's off.
I think feeling that, she almost instantly stops going forward and tries to like scan around to figure out what's wrong with this picture.
Okay, give me an active perception check.
There's a 22. That's one more than her passive.
You kind of tap into that, start paying attention to it more. And you have a distinct feeling that you are being watched. But as you look around, your very keen eyes, you're looking between the spaces, between the rocks, you're looking in the fire, you're looking down the tunnel, you're looking up at the tunnel, you're looking through like the windows and the gaps. Nothing so far.
Like that. Okay, I think she does take that moment to stop and look around. Then she will slowly start walking again. Now paranoid. Does she continue to feel this? It's just like halfway through and continuing on where she feels like something is watching.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, the further down the tunnel you go, the tension builds.
Think
And the conversation from your party members, the little pops of bubbles meeting ember and creating that little gas for a moment before it gets whisked away, the snap of the fire, all of it begins to fade and become more and more muted as your eyes and ears try to pick out what is going on.
there's something wrong. Can any of you sense it?
It looks fine to me. Yes, it is looking around. Bill.
All the magical
Does it look-
shit.
Does the magic look fine?
Nothing magical seems to be fluctuating since you first got in here. You're seeing the same patterns since the beginning.
Could.
Instead of just looking around, realizing whose tower they're in and who trained him at Allegory on how to, layman terms, shut up and listen, Drill's gonna do that. He's gonna let the water, he's just gonna focus on the water and see if he feels anything off, anything. He's gonna, this is weird to say, he's gonna try to connect with it and let it tell him what it wants to.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Yeah, I'll say this is a perception check as you are.
Let's see, let's do digital dice.
You're in the right environment.
30, 20.
Okay. And with this situation, I will absolutely let you use guidance on yourself.
Oh yeah. Default.
If I see him looking, can I tell that he's trying to figure something out and give him bend luck?
Yeah, I think at this point, everybody, unless Haru's keeping this to herself,
Haru's spoken up. Like she walked 60 more feet and got the "this is getting worse" vibe and said okay.
Yeah, you're gonna see the kaleidoscopic magic around Margot kind of flare a little as she does bend luck, so you get another D4 for that.
24 in total.
okay, 24. Not necessarily because of your score is slightly higher than Haru's, but because the way you're looking is different, or the way that you're trying to perceive is different. You sit there and quiet down and you dive in, and this is something you've been practicing towards. You feel the flow of the water. You feel kind of like it paint the shape of the tower and the fire. You begin to feel the way that it moves. And you start to feel, the ripples that go in and out between the fronds? Yeah, fronds of the coral. And the way that it moves over the brick. And it all makes sense. Until you feel something more organic. You sit there and pause, and you feel a slight ripple in the water from 3 different locations. Boom, 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 boom. As there is... Oops, blocking my camera. You detect 3 different heartbeats. 1 larger, 2 less large.
How far?
On the outside of the tower, about 15, 20 feet of Haru.
To her right? Is it to her right?
Surrounding.
Excuse me.
Okay. How far away is Margot's duplicate and Fire Cat?
Pirates.
Fire Eyes.
They're like 20 feet past that point that you sense.
Trying not to distinguish that I noticed something. My question is, where is Haru in this walking order, and how close is she?
Haru, did you go ahead, or are you kind of packing with the group?
She's kind of with the group. She did not go ahead. She did not linger behind. She's like, come stand with the group.
So, kind of, I still trace forward, basically at the back of the 2 in front of them, but in a hushed tone for those that are standing next to Dro could hear. We're definitely being watched about 15, 20 feet away from you, Haru.
Is it just me? Or all of us?
I don't know who they're watching, but they're in that direction. I want to focus on those heartbeats as we continue to walk to see if they move with somebody or if they stay still. But Joe isn't going to try to even physically look for them. He's just listening still. And if he can, I'd imagined with Dro's training, he had some sort of training in controlling your heart rhythm and being able to distinguish, like, when you get more adrenaline, it goes faster. If you're scared, it gets faster. He's going to try to listen to see if there's a change in the beat or if these creatures are just staying steady.
Okay. Give me one more perception.
Can I also use guidance on this?
Yeah, for sure.
This. Oof.
Nice.
So
Okay.
good.
So how far did you walk?
He's gonna keep walking as long as the others walk, so I'll take another 5 feet walk. And then as soon as he takes 5 feet, then he's really focusing to see if there's any change. You know, kind of just keep doing this. It's an ongoing thing unless something triggers, like, scares him or something.
Okay. As you do this and you step forward, that boom, 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 that steadiness changes rapidly. And you begin to hear the walls crumble and grind as something begins tearing through them. And you, with that attention that you had on this, you are not surprised. And you're able to call out to your group as you hear from 3 different directions just something tunneling through the tower. From kind of like the 2 o'clock, the 10 o'clock, and like the 2:30 position as 3 separate things. Sorry, I said that backwards. 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 10 o'clock. As 3 separate things start to dive and dig, and you start to see the bricks like fall and crumble, and the flames kind of burst open and roll across the walls. And one of the first things you see is 2 very long antennae kind of drilled, like connected into a point, and like a heavy face like burst through, like blue chitin, and like 6 or so like flaps that open up into a sharp maw, and you hear a trill of a gosh, that tickled my throat so bad. It's been a while since I made strange noises, guys. Excuse me.
Margo understand the trill as a quarry language?
Absolutely not.
Fuck. Oh, I thought they were the quarry, because there were 3 of them, sorry.
Nope. But I don't think you're gonna like them.
Oh, we're
What is
fucked.
that?
Oh,
What the?
what? Those are horrible. I hate it.
No! What the heck is this bug-infested tunnel?
You see essentially what is like almost like a blue centipede like come out of the wall. One of them is large, 2 of them are smaller. Looks like parents and children, perhaps, or elder, or one of them's just freaking big. Whatever it is. And with that, I need everybody to do the initiatives.
This is just a
Nobody did stealth. Everybody's just like, Fire Alice is like, there could be things watching us. We're like coming up here, and y'all are just like, okay, no stealth, we're good.
Fire Alice could have made the fucking suggestion since we're trusting him.
To be fair, the movements up and down these tunnels previously have not encountered anything that wants to kill us, to be fair. Also, I'm made of fire, so, like, there's not much to eat there. So
Yep.
So
Like,
they,
well,
he's just
twice
never
for me.
encountered.
yeah, like.
He's like, oh dang, I didn't realize these were here.
Does my illusion roll separate? Oh, I think it just rolled twice because there are 2 Margot tokens on the map.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and I don't know. Roll a d2. If you get a 1, you get the 16. If you get a 2, you get the 7.
Can I get the 16 because Cressida rolled a 7 and I don't want to do my characters back to back?
Happily. Okay. Yeah, let's go with this one.
What we wanted.
Do we want to do our break before we start combat? It's already almost 10:30.
Yes, now is an excellent time. So we'll come back at the 30-minute mark.
Alrighty. It's combat time. And Haru starts us off.
Oh, I don't like these bugs, and I'm like, I'm in that tough debate of like, do I pop my high level spell now? Like, I don't know how bad these bugs are of a threat. I think we're going to.
Don't know.
We're gonna wait a second. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know if I want to get closer to this thing, so I'm gonna blast it from back here.
Fair.
She's like, I could get close. I think I'm gonna stay back. And she will go ahead and do her 3. Haven't played in a heck of a long time. Yeah, her 3 Eldritch Blasts. Yes. Yes, at the big one.
Sounds good. And we haven't really played since the new monster manual came out, so I'm like, where the frick is the armor class? There we go, found it.
Alright. Here we go.
First
I don't
one glances off, just splashes hard against the chitin, and it looks over at you.
Hey, hey there. I just don't hurt me. There are tastier things here than little ol' me. Wow, Haru is ting ting ting.
See what I said
I'm going
earlier
back.
about our good rolls?
Like, wait a minute. I think I'm gonna go grab my dice. You know what haven't been used in a while? My dice.
The actual math rocks.
My actual real math rocks that have been like offended that I'm not using them.
Oh, I don't think I showed my new Margot math rocks to you guys. Let me post them.
Oh, you have special Margot math rocks?
You're gonna love them.
Are they purple or green or red? There's a lot of
Yes.
color
I
options
was
here.
like,
Are they custom?
So they are purple when they're not glowing green.
Oh, yes. Yep. Those feel like Margot. Why do you have so many? That's a lot of 20s.
No idea. He also sent me a little mini because he's like, I had an extra mini I printed too. So I was like, okay, cool, thanks.
Okay, Margot has...
He was just trying out a new mold, and I guess it had like 4 different size. Wild, fun.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, cool. Okay,
Okay,
would
that is-
anybody like to run Seamus? continuity of narrative, we brought Seamus in to help to steal the device, but he's not able to play with us anymore. So, how would you guys like to approach this? Would you like to essentially use Seamus as an NPC, or we can kind of fade him out? What's the preference?
If it doesn't impact your combats too much, like the balancing of it, I honestly feel like just kind of fading him out would be fine. Just because he kind of hides in the shadows anyways, so it wouldn't be too crazy if it's like, oh, maybe he was never actually here with us.
Oh,
Oh.
this looks like too much work for me right now. And he takes off.
I could be making bank instead.
Look at all the new things I've collected.
Or he's like, you really need me to help to steal the thing at the right time, so I'm just going to stay invisible until then. Okay, cool. So we will ixnay on the Seamus A, and in that case, Margot is up.
Oof, oof. Okay. Let's learn how to be a sorcerer again.
Yes.
Come on, open table. Oof. It will not edit. Nope. I'll just leave it open as edit. I just need to see this. Oh shit, they're not within 30 feet of each other. How big is this map? Is it scaling right?
The depth of the scaling is off, but the size is accurate.
So these two are within 30 feet of each other.
Yes.
And
I mean, no. Not if you're using slow. Then they're more separate than that.
this isn't the wizard.
Oh, good.
It's the sorcerer. Trying to fuck your shit up, not slow you down.
Oh. It's a pretty good description of sorcerers in general. And also, I would say like wizards in general, but they've got like both the slow you down and fuck your shit up. But you have like bards who are just like, no, I just want to slow you down.
So I'm gonna do chaos bolts, and it may arc. It may not. But
Ooh,
it may
okay.
arc.
Haven't seen this one in a while. I like it.
Wait. First, I'm gonna do my innate sorcery because that's a sorcerer thing, right? What does innate sorcery do? Sorry, guys.
It's fine. We're all rebooting the character brain.
Advantage. So it gives me advantage on my spell attack. So I'm gonna take away an innate sorcery. For 1 minute, I get not 21. For 1 minute, I get advantage on my spell attacks. What the actual fuck? Why didn't it target? Oh, because it's still Haru's turn.
Oh, technically, yes. I think
that should not have mattered.
I think she would totally take a step like behind you all though.
Yeah, you did successfully target the Rimmerouse.
Yeah, I was targeting it. Did it hit? Does it have 15 hit?
Nope. 17 armor class.
Okay. That's disappointing. Let me... 17 armor class. So let me Wicken a spell. Roll a 12 or higher. No, I can't do that because I use my bonus action for innate sorcery. I also can't move my... That's shitty. The programmed illusion takes an action to move. So I can't do anything with that either.
Less of a combat related thing, I guess.
Yeah.
You can still move your body. If you would like.
Yeah. I think for all the shit she gives Cressida, she's gonna step in front of... Oh, the fuck. In front of the squishy wizard. who actually
Got
has
it.
more hit points than her, but she doesn't know that. Girl's been at war for 6 years. All she knows is fight.
So, that hurts my heart to hear you say that.
Let's rub that in again, since we forgot that part.
For real. Okay. Next up is my wee baby, my cute little man. Yeah, he's going. Sure, he's gonna like kind of burst out of the wall, and then he's going to start like skittering around the side, and he will use his. Let's see here. He's going to sprint to. Let's see, what is that? 54 feet? Yep, I got 54 feet. Gonna go all the way around the wall. Yeah. And he's gonna come up and like essentially like rear up and like legs kind of skittering and hiss at Illusion Margot and Phyrelis. Next up is my big ol' one, and it's got eyes on Haru.
Oops.
Yeah, so let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my gosh, it's running towards her. Ooh. She goes, uh-oh.
Oops. You didn't really get hurt last time, so you know you gotta make up for it.
But
Oh, I didn't roll my wild magic surge. Let me see if I fuck up.
you don't actually want to hurt me.
Okay, we good.
Yes. Oh no. Whew. That was an attack. I was like, oh.
Oh no, I was rolling my wild magic surge because I forgot to roll it.
Just making sure I've got the right idea for how much I can move. Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
Don't like that.
Haru
Yeah.
feels a little better. Oh, Haru feels a little worse.
Yeah, it's up on. It's essentially like just like crawling like straight over Cressida and Barrick, and is going straight at Haru.
What did I do?
You pepper shot it.
It
So it's going
didn't even
for.
hurt.
It's going for a bite attack. Just. This is absolutely like MIB the first movie
Oh.
style. Like
My goodness, what is
okay.
11? Shit.
Haru's
Uh,
suddenly like,
what-
oh no.
it did not roll yet. Okay, here's the roll. Oh.
Okay, well, I'm going to silvery barbs this to the moon and back.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, no.
Just because we took a small break, Morgan, you don't need to crit us on the
Yeah,
first hit.
You don't have to. Gee Louise.
Your fate has been building up. It wasn't my fault.
Like, obviously, we were rolling crits at the beginning, but like, you didn't have to crit me in return.
That was just rude.
That was.
Okay, I have a thing with Barrick, but I can't do it that way. So you're silvery
Yeah.
barbsing?
She sees this thing like homing missile to her, and like trying to bite her. Just goes, stop.
Nah, dog, nah.
No, I don't want that smoke.
Okay, gotcha. Silver Barbs. So here goes once more. I can't see the
No.
dice. I don't know what it is.
It's an 18
29.
hit. I will take that over the crit.
Okay, so here comes the sun. Do 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 do.
And I think Dro will get the advantage from my silvery barbs. I've
Okay.
seen him like melee fight things, so she's like, please hit this thing really hard because it's about to hurt.
Okay, you take a ton. You take 28 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Oh, sorry, not necessarily piercing damage. That is. What did he roll? That is 8 piercing damage and 10 fire damage. As it bites you, not only is it painful and hurtful, it is searing to the touch. The teeth inside of the portions of your body are actually like cauterizing themselves. And Haru, you are grappled and restrained. You're in its mouth.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Haru does not like this. Like, wait.
And Haru, I need a strength saving throw. Please.
Oh no. I'm not good at these.
I don't think any of us standing here are.
Why are you asking me for a strength save?
I will say if this is to save against a grapple or restrain 2024, she can pick Dex instead. Unless the creature specifies it's a strength save.
This is a strength save. The grapple condition is automatic when
Okay.
succeeds. She can choose to.
I was trying to help her out.
No, it's a good call. She can try to escape on her turn, and she can use her dex for that.
Yeah, she's very stuck.
Okay. 10. Haru, you are hurt, you are surprised, you are trying to resist, and you are going down this slip and slide.
No, she's like, oh shit.
Haru, you are swallowed.
This
Grapple
girl just
condition,
swallowed.
you are blind, restrained, you have total cover, so that's good.
I feel so safe.
Tola
Okay.
can't bite you
and
again.
You are in the belly.
Good, cool to know. That's where I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know what I'm
let me see
casting
here.
next round.
Let's see. Okay, cool. So that was his turn. Dro, you're up. You have advantage.
Yay. We're gonna stay here and fight these three.
I guess
We
I'm
can't leave
eaten,
Haru.
so-
I know. Oh, that changed my plan. All right, well, I got a sword, so that's it. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a swing at it with advantage. I'm using physical dice because I don't trust digital.
Yeah, I shouldn't have trusted the digital dice to be on my side.
That's a 19. Still not great, but if a 19 doesn't hit, then we have bigger problems.
Well, he said it was
that-
17.
17? Okay.
Yeah, 19 hits.
Damn it, Haru.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Where is it? Where'd it go? Remind me, what die is smite? Is it D6?
The D8, I thought.
Oh, here it is. Oh, it is 2d8.
But it does cost your bonus action now. 2024 rules.
That's a good point. No, I won't do that. Yes, I will. Haru just got swallowed. Yes, I will. Cool. Maybe digital dice is the way to go. 8 slashing. No. Yes, 8 slashing and I think it's 3 cold. It's 1d6. Yeah. And the smite. That's not bad. With an additional 10 radiant. So what did I say? 18 in total? 18 total damage?
And 8 of that was radiant, right?
Yes.
Okay. As you slice through, there's like a bluish, there's like a light, bright blue spark. And you usually see like a little bit of like frostbite on the edges of things as you hit them. Not in this case.
Just
Immune to cold.
Okay, second attack. I'm not even gonna roll the d6. It's just that one attack, right? From Silver Barbs' advantage.
That's
Yes.
right. It's whatever your next roll is.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Woo!
That's better. My bug casts silvery barbs on you.
If this bug can cast spells, I'm done.
No, go ahead, hit the 20.
That's max damage too
Woo!
on a d10. So d10 plus 5,
Ooh.
15. So 25.
Roll a second d10 for your sword.
Aw. First one was a 10. Second one was a 3.
Plus 5,
Plus
so
5.
18 total.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right.
I'll keep that die out.
Okay.
Oh, I have a bonus action. Shit. Oh no, I smited. Never mind. I'm dumb.
Yep.
Oh,
Gonna bend the rules here a little bit because natural 20s are awesome. How would you like to emphasize this strike? What's a goal you're trying to get to with this?
I just need to see her.
I didn't think this through. Uh, how big is this thing?
It's a huge creature.
No, there is no way. Okay. She's sliding down. There's like not even a way I could carve out. I guess Dro's first instinct was he's gonna attack it and hoping to get Haru out in some sort of way. So he's just trying to hack it to open it up. If that makes sense. So she has a spot
Okay.
to get out. With it just swallowing her at the time, Dro immediate reaction. Try to get it where he think Haru's gonna end up. Does that make sense?
Okay. What's your passive perception?
17.
Okay. Blah blah blah. Okay, 17. Yeah, that's perfect. You're able to see. I mean, this is a big creature, but Haru's like a full-bodied person. You see right about like where she ends up. You can definitely target this attack to be like a few inches above where you start to see the bulge in this creature's body.
Okay.
And like there is a slit that like like full opens up, and you probably open it up about that much, about like good 6-7 inches.
Haru, how tall are you?
That's all I need. That's all I need.
Okay.
That's all I need.
All right, Fyralis, you are up.
All right. So this might be some bullshittery. Um, so prepare your ears and your mind. All right. So action. We're going to use the action to summon the wildfire spirit. So we press this button, and we hit summon. Use the ability. That uses one of my wild shapes. We're going to be summoning the wildfire spirit as close as I possibly can get to Haru, preferably within 5 feet. Upon summoning a wildfire spirit, let me read this out loud. Oh no, hold on, this is not in the D&D Beyond for some reason. This is in the spell description of it. Upon summoning it, the spirit appears in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. Each creature within 10 feet of the spirit, other than you, when it appears, must succeed on a dexterity saving throw against my spell save DC or take 2d6 fire damage. So the goal would be to, like, summon it over here close to the bulge. We're not at the bullshittery part yet, by the way. Yeah. This is all pretty normal. You are muted.
Muted.
Naturally, I'm muted. Shoot, what? Nope. Okay, I realized I never made the token for this thing. So I'm trying to find the right image. Okay, so what happens here? Visually, I mean.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, do you mean mechanically or visually?
Mm-hmm.
So visually, I believe our description that we came up with was that this is just kind of a tiny little creature-like thing, almost an imp made entirely of fire, that has a, I think it was somewhat tabaxi face. Elephant. Right. A tiny little elephant. That's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a hot second. It's been a month and a
hot
half, if not. Actually, it's been pretty much 2 months since we created the character.
Yeah.
And specifically this part that I've not had to use yet. Yes, a tiny little elephant guy. It's not very tall. I'm pretty sure it's a small creature. And then it's got kind of... Oh, God. The tiredness is hitting me. The snout thing.
The trunk?
Trunk, thank you. It has a trunk of which just little bits and pieces of flame kind of fly off of it or singe off of it. It looks very similar in appearance to Fyralis, with the way that the flames are kind of just moving together. They're kind of undulating and flowing back and forth, but it's not... The shape itself is not solid enough to create, you know, the full features of the creature. Instead, you can kind of tell that it's an elephant. You can see all the features, but you can't tell if it has, you know, certain types of eyes, or if the skin is very, like, old, worn, and leathery, or if it's new skin, making it look younger. Instead, it's just little fire elephant.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, adding a little detail here, anybody who pays attention or would look at Pyralis would see that pink flame on his chest disappear as the elephant summons.
Right. There is now a pink flame in the elephant. I need to reread my character.
I know. It's fine. We've had 2 months off. We were dealing with several new characters. All the rule books
Fair.
changed in the recent history. Yeah.
There's also like 3.5 pages of character too. And if I had not been spending my day with my Canadian friend, I would have had time to reread that. And if I had been thinking about it during break, instead of laying on the couch, I would have reread that. So yes, the pink heart just kind of like shoots through the air to where this fire elephant summons and places itself in the chest of the fire elephant. So they must succeed on a dex saving throw. Oh my god, these are adorable.
Yes, they are.
These are so cute.
Did you want to go that cute, or do you want to do something else?
Oh, I love it. I love it that cute.
Cool. I will save us the trouble. Flames. No impact on the creature. Immune to fire.
Makes sense. Great. Then with my bonus action, I say teleport. If Haru is within 5 feet of where I am summoned, if she is willing, I can teleport her. Or rather, my elephant teleports her. Which is a really fucking cool feature that I was just reading through what the creature is able to do, and that is one of the things. It says fiery teleportation. The spirit and each willing creature of your choice within 5 feet of it teleport up to 15 feet to unoccupied spaces you can see. Each creature within 5 feet of the space that the spirit left must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 1d6 fire damage. So basically, it's like within 5 feet, they teleport away and leave like a ball of fire.
Okay. Yes. It doesn't say anything about cover. It doesn't say anything about without grappled or restrained conditions. You know, we frequently use like Misty Step to get out of like restraints and stuff. So yes, all of the above. I'll say just to change to make this make a little bit more sense. Your elephant is not on the ground. It is on the chest of the creature when it summons, like right above that gap that that Dro created. And is able to, and so Haru, through that tiny little slit,
Through the peepholes.
through the peephole, you see a puff of pink, and then you feel yourself start to get dragged. Do you resist?
Yeah, no. She's like at this point, she's like anything that she thinks will get her out of this, she will not resist to.
But it's so warm in there.
No. She doesn't want to be swallowed by a weird insect. She's like, I'm not food.
Fish are friends.
Okay. Where are you guys going?
I'm thinking we're gonna put her 3, 5, 10, 15. These are each 15 feet or 5 feet.
Yeah, each one is 5 feet. So
All right, then we'll teleport her over here. Oh wait, hold on. 5, 10, 15. Over here.
Sounds good. Okay. Was that your full action?
So the summoning is the action. The bonus action is telling it what to do. Now I'm going to take the opportunity attack and go 5, 10, 15, 20 in this direction.
All right. As you bounce, let's see here. What's your range? Okay, checking the. Yep. The Bugman's gonna take a swipe bite at you as you bounce.
This is understandable.
So I'm gonna bring you back here so I can target you properly. Oh, great. Okay. You're fast on your feet, kitty cat. And you. And it goes down. It bites the ground, and it comes back up, and it has like a gullet full of like displaced stone. So it's like gonna take its turn to like swallow it down or like try to spit it out. It loses its swallow ability, not its bite ability for its turn. Okay, and then you can bugger over there like you were wanting.
Yay! That will complete my turn. Technically, the teleport happens directly after my turn. But
Meh. Yeah, we're good.
yeah, the wildfire takes it right after. So
Okay,
good on my
rest
end.
up.
Well, I was planning to yoink Haru out, so I'm just thinking about what to do now. Okay. Do I want to waste this? It's not a waste. These things look beefy. She's going to turn to Joe and say, "Don't miss." As she casts haste on you.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
You are
fuck.
now hasted. You have a +2 to your AC, advantage on dexterity saving throws, and an additional action on your turns.
Additional action or additional attack action?
Additional attack action. Well, attack, dash, disengage, hide, or utilize.
Okay.
So wait, +2 to AC, another
+2 to
attack,
AC.
another attack, basically.
And advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Yep, and I do not believe it stacks with multi-attack, or does it?
It does.
So I get 3.
Okay.
Which is
No,
why
so-
it would
no,
be
it's-
pointless if it didn't stack, because then the point is typically to give them that extra attack action.
No, my point is, does it give them an extra 2 attacks if they have
Oh,
multiple,
yeah.
or does it give them an extra
Oh,
one?
well, it says extra attack. It specifically says 1 attack only.
Then
If you read the
no.
spell description, the action can only be utilized to take an extra attack, 1 attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or utilize action.
Okay, so 1 extra attack. Sweet.
So you can disengage as an action using that?
You can. You can.
Okay.
Or dash, or whatever you want. Fast as fuck, boy. Don't mess this up. Then for a bonus action, she's going to. What's she gonna do? I don't like the layout of this. I can't find my bonus actions anymore.
Is my speed doubled?
And the target speed is doubled, yes.
Oh my god.
And the target speed is doubled.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Joe just turned into Sonic.
You're untouchable. Bonus action. Sorry. I'm trying to. The sheet's all weird now. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't think I can do anything else. I'm gonna end my turn. I don't want to back up because I want to take an opportunity attack.
Oh, okay. Are you done?
Yep, I clicked end turn.
Okay, gotcha. My next little guy, he's just coming down the mountain as she comes. And he's going to park himself right in front of Cressida.
Rude.
And that's his turn. All right, next up is Barrick. Dro, safe to say you told them that people that they were immune to cold?
Yeah.
And you hear from Barrick, fuck. That knocks quite a bit of me out then.
Right.
So he's going to... There we go. Okay. He's going to flick his hand down, and that key that he keeps like falls into his hand and extends into its dagger form. And it's going to like do 2 dagger throws over at the guy. Let's see here. Sorry, wrong person. Let's do that again. Yep, we're not gonna throw it at Pyralis. This is shit. Yeah, he's gonna stay there. He's going to just attack it normal. He's not gonna try to reposition. Okay, so that'll be 26 to hit. This is normal damage. That is 7. And then he'll do it again. What was it? I couldn't see the dice. I really got to figure out what's going on with my...
It's a 26
Range.
total.
Oh, it's another 26? Oh, I thought it didn't look like it updated anything. Okay. All right, and this is without the modifier, so this will just be 4 damage this time. So a couple of quick slashes. And that's it for Barrick. And he's still got his mage armor up from last time, I believe.
Mage armor lasts 8 hours, so he should be good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Haru, you are up.
Lovely. I don't think she really appreciated being eaten, and she's like, okay. She pulls out her sword. She's like, "This is enough is enough." I don't know if she wants to engage again. They did just get her out though, so. Okay. I don't remember. Do we do flanking rules?
Yeah, we do flanking, and on a large or bigger creature, as long as you're approximately like on the other side, it doesn't have to be like a direct 180 in my house rules.
Okay. So if I'm standing right here. Okay. Then it's advantage?
Yeah, advantage on the
Okay.
attack roll.
I might just roll it on Audrey then. Boop boo. If I can find. There it is. Okay. We'll see if it does everything it's supposed to. Yes, it does do
All-
everything it's supposed
All
to.
the 20s are showing up tonight. Jeez, guys.
Haru was like, enough of this? It did add 2 from that. Nice. Okay. Do I have anything feature-wise to do anything to it? No, I don't. Okay. Then just critical damage. That. Wow, I rolled 2 1s. That's incredibly bad.
That's
That was
horrible
a
for
very
a crit.
bad. That was a horrible crit.
Yeah,
I've never seen
jeez.
such a sad crit.
Alright. Let's see here. Okay, Haru, and you're attacking with your katana, right?
Yes, it is my katana.
Okay, you pop out, you go right back into the fray, come down, slice it. Anything in particular you want with your 20 bonus?
I think she's just so upset that she like smacks it in the face. Like just a full slash against the face. Like, you suck for trying to eat me. I'm not food.
Gotcha. Okay, so you go up there and you like break off like one of its there's like 6 flaps that like grab and like bring you in as part of like devouring you. You full on like cut one of them off. So I will reduce its bite damage by a little bit.
Okay. Me. Alright, and then she has one more attack. Because she is that kind of bard. An 18 to hit?
18 will hit.
Incredibly enough, her normal attack did more damage than her crit.
Nice. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, did that thing actually
I don't know
take
if it
the
took
damage?
off either of them.
Yes, I see that it did.
Okay.
All right, a couple of slashes back and forth. It is not terribly happy at the moment.
As it rightfully should not be happy.
Mm-hmm. Once again, Haru, I think you have its attention.
No! I had it
Oh.
gone from me and I got it back.
Well, actually,
Oops.
are you... That's hard. Haru, give me an intimidation check.
Wait,
Okay.
this thing took over, what, 40 damage and it's still only barely injured?
Maybe.
You want me to
Haru.
give it an intimidation check?
Yeah, give me an intimidation check here.
She's scary.
I tried. You see its attention like flip over to Barrick as Barrick like slashes the small one, and you come by and like cut it a couple of times across the face, and like you like forcibly rip its attention away from Barrick. Okay. Le Margot.
Okay. Is this like I can walk behind? Oh, why is it not picking? Oh no, Crescent is there. I don't want to. Do I care if I do this to her? Yeah, I do. I do.
Barrick is with her, so you wouldn't be like full bailing on her.
Oh no, I was gonna lightning bolt. Fine.
Oh yeah, that's a
Um,
little different than what I had in mind.
No, yeah.
Like,
She's
yeah,
not
don't
that
leave your
strong.
buddy, and she's like, no, I'm thinking about friendly fire.
How close are you guys again? Ooh, lovely. I'm gonna call down a little. We don't know if they're immune to lightning too. They can't be immune to everything. That
Whoever made
on.
these bugs sucks.
it's barely injured, and you did over 40 damage. Not to mention Dro's strikes earlier. So we're like 75, almost 100 damage, and I don't know how much Dro did actually.
I don't remember. It wasn't a whole lot. Well, it wasn't little.
Really,
I want to risk
I
it.
only
I want to
did
risk it.
30.
I'm going to chain lightning on all, so I'll hit all three of them. How do I multi-select? That's how I multi-select again. Cool. Let's chain lightning.
Ooh, okay. Nice. Totally not relevant to what's going on. I'm looking for like a similar stat block for Noah's new summon. And I'm just appreciating some of the new splash art from the monster manual.
They all
They
have to
made-
make dex saves as well.
They even made the methods look badass.
Wait, is this different from just a normal lightning bolt or whatever?
Yeah, this is chain lightning.
Yeah.
It drops 3 bolts directly on the creatures you choose.
Again, don't
Okay.
piss
This is
Margo
scary.
off.
This is a 6th level spell.
All 3 of them. Okay, dex saves. Oh, I have to do it for roll for all 3. Okay,
Ooh.
first baby makes it. Second baby does not make it. Big one does not make it.
That was a critical fail.
Oh, so it was. Okay, you know what? I'll give it to you. Critical fail on a lightning spell that's a high level lightning spell. It's stunned for its next turn.
Which one is that?
That's the big one.
This one, the swallowed horror.
Ooh. Okay. So that was my 6th level spell slot gone, but I think it was well used.
Think we
Yeah,
need to
most
run.
definitely.
It took 44 more damage, and it's still only barely injured.
No, we didn't hit the apply yet.
Oh, okay. I was like, this is a little ridiculous.
Let me see here. Did that?
If
do
it said barely
We're
injured,
not fighting Tiamat.
I was gonna say if it still
Calm
said that,
down.
you gave me the resource to run.
Yeah, I was like, I think we're running.
I'll be out.
Could you leave Margot? Well, you have enough resource to pick her ass up and run with her.
There we go. Okay, this one, I think it took the full damage. So the one on top is doing okay. The big one is stunned, and the other one is not looking great at the moment. Just and like it like click like freezes up, and like all of its legs like click like spasm. And you see like green like foam begin to like pour out of its mouth. All right, so that's it.
And I'm going to. Oh wait, I'm gonna roll. That was a 6th level spell. Hold on, let me do my wild magic real quick. So that brings me up to 16. I'm still on the low threshold.
That's good at least.
Ooh, but we are definitely rolling a wild magic surge right now.
Oh,
Let me pull up the chart. Fortunately, it's the low threshold, but 42. 42. For the next minute, you can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action on each of your turns.
Okay.
I'm gonna teleport 20 feet away from this thing so I don't get out.
That's ironic as hell. The amount of times Dro gave Margot shit for not being able to teleport.
And then she just whoop, teleports. That's really cool. That's fun. It's a really fun
Dro's
one.
like,
I'm gonna put it in the chat just so that I remember. In case
Dro's like, what kind of bullshit did you learn at Magic Boot Camp in your dreams?
Dro's learning he just needs to keep his mouth shut.
How can you do that? Well, I died, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately.
Okay.
Just...
Nice, Margot.
Yeah, that was my bonus action, and I still have movement, so.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm running further. I'm staying over here. I don't want to get swallowed. I watched Haru get swallowed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So this young one, it naturally failed last time, so it does not have a swallow. It's going to spend its turn like, and it's going to crash down on fake Margot to no avail. Doesn't like that, so it's gonna.
I think it still has to roll to hit. Because if it takes damage, then the spell ends entirely.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Let's see here. We're gonna do a bite attack. Okay, that'll hit. So goes down and like bites down on Margot, like comes back up, and you see it like making chewing motions, and like it kind of just stops. And,
Wait,
like,
I have a question. This
Yeah.
one, the one that was next to Ferris, I'm never gonna use your name. Why do you always do these names? He was the one that ate the mouthful of stone, and you said he lost his swallow. Oh, but he didn't lose his bite. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he still has his bite. So he's just like biting and he's just like chewing since it's like he's like a little bit stuck in like, and but you see like a body language moment of like, huh? Like, I just ate prey. Why do I get no meat from this sort of vibe?
I made a fire. You wouldn't get meat anyways.
Dro watches as Margot disappears.
Dro knows which one's the real one. He did clock that. She spoke.
Okay, Big Un is stunned, and that'll be the end of its. Oh, stunned is different now.
What?
Stunned is definitely different. It's not all powerful like it used to be.
Uh-oh.
Come on, where is
Harry
it?
Mark still get eaten. Uh-oh.
Sources, Player's Handbook 2024, conditions, where are the conditions? There we go. Oh, clicking the wrong thing. Stunned, you have incapacitated, and incapacitated is you can't take action, bonus action, or reaction. Your concentration is broken. You can't speak. You roll disadvantage on initiative. They go back to strength condition. The stun condition, you automatically fail strength and dex saves, and attack rolls against you have advantage. You can still move while you are stunned. That part is out. That's the big difference from 2014 rules.
Weird.
Yep. So with that, it's going to back away. In its like freakish state where it can't really control its body, it's gonna like it's gonna like slither backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's essentially gonna like reverse crawl its way, like butt first, as it starts to like descend into that pit of fire. Haru, Dro, and Cressida all get an attack of opportunity if you'd like. I'll put it back over here.
23.
Or are you just letting it go?
Dro's
I'll
swinging.
take it. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
see
Haru's
if I
gonna
have
swing.
Warcaster.
I do have Warcaster as well.
And it's Haru. Crester's gonna bop it with a staff.
7 from Dro damage.
What is Warcaster? What is Warcaster?
That's just slashing.
I did not.
There is no
crit.
shot. There is no shot.
Staff.
Okay, so it's not a bop.
Okay, roll that crit wizard damage.
Fact that you had a -1 to that too.
5. 5 damage on a critical.
What is this?
That's hilarious. Of all the
Alright,
things to crit on.
So you like come in and like you smack it, and like you ever see a puppy when it like steps on something? It's like it starts to, like it breaks in one of its legs, and it's like kind of limpy with it. And it kind of like continues backing up. Okay. Haru, did you swing?
Oh yeah, let me roll. 11 plus. What is my to hit on this thing? Oh, it's not gonna tell me there. Okay. 19 to hit.
That'll hit. Oh. And I mean, Cressida already crit, but Dro and Haru, go ahead and roll twice because it is
Oh.
paralyzed, so you do get advantage at it. Or it's not paralyzed, but it's stunned.
No, it wasn't a crit, but
Mine
that
wasn't
makes
If
either.
I
it
crit
26.
twice, can I double my damage?
If you crit twice on a quarterstaff, I'm done. You're critting a quarterstaff in front of a monk.
You know what? Yes.
No,
I
I
will
didn't.
allow it.
Although that was a really good roll.
Okay, Haru, what'd you get?
For a split moment, Dro rethinks his choice of weapons.
What the heck? I'm having a brain hurdle. 6 plus 6 is 12. I totally know how to do math, guys, I swear. 12 plus the poison.
You said 6 plus 8?
No, so it's 12 slashing.
Uh-huh.
5 plus 7, 12 poison.
Okay, so 24 overall.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So and now it will back up and like begin retreating into the fire. Dro, it is your turn now.
Wow. Okay.
And Dro, as the big one moves, you see the other two start to look at the big one, and they begin to look like they're going to pull back as well.
You gave me haste and they're running.
Fuck him up.
I
Give you haste. Fuck him up. You have 3 attacks. Go.
technically, if I play this right, I have 5.
Why waste them?
Which one? Probably the one that's right here. This one that was Who did this one attack before? Was it Cressida or Barrick?
That's
Either.
That one hasn't had an attack yet.
Okay.
It's been its last turn sprinting.
Okay. So, because I have haste, Dro's attacks are going to. He's going to hit this one in front of him in hopes that seeing the big one run, this will make them run faster away. That we're not prey, that they are. Fucking here we go with math. Okay.
Hi.
First attack. Oh my god, I thought that was a 20. A lot. 27.
That'll hit. Definitely.
For 10 on the first hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
I can't read this die. 22 on the second one. For
Still hits.
13.
Okay.
That might not cut
Third
it.
attack.
Oh, that will cut it. Never mind, I'm dumb. 21
Still hits.
for another 10.
Okay.
Because why not? Fury of Blows. He's trying to intimidate them to run away after all this damage he's doing.
Yeah.
2 more hits. Dirty 20
Okay, dirty 20 will hit.
for 13 on the first hit. 18 with the second hit
18 will hit.
for 9 more damage.
Okay, you take this thing. I mean, this is the one that resisted Margot's chain lightning bolt, and you go in and just, and like within that moment, you see like a significant portion of its like chest armor like collapse and break in, and it is barely breathing. There is blood and green slime and stomach acid like falling onto the floor, like out of its mouth and kind of like becoming like wispy and drippy in the water, but also like the thicker parts are like congealing down into a pile at your feet. It is not looking good.
The bigger one. It can see me, right?
Absolutely. And it looks at you like it wishes it has laser vision.
Drill's gonna look at it and just tell it to run. As he
Okay,
holds
give
the
me-
sword to the child, or the smaller one.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Where'd my die go? Where's intimidation? Dirty 20.
What the? Yeah, you see it now that it is at the end of its turn. It is no longer stunned. It can speak, and you hear it shriek out, and all 3 of them are trying to run away as quickly as possible. Fyralis, your turn.
Can I add a little flavor to that too, Morgan? You know,
Oh,
in
for sure.
Aquaman, when he yells, it booms.
Yeah, like a boom.
It's kind of what Joe wants to do since he's in the water with it.
Yeah, for you, been a dirty 20 in your sort of element. Yes.
Cool.
Feel like all the bubbles and the embers kind of like scatter and like push back for a second, and the fronds on the coral kind of like drift back a little bit. All the flames kind of go flat and recede and flicker back up once more.
And it's visible they're backing away after that.
Yeah.
Joe's just gonna look to everyone else. Go to the portal.
Pyralis.
All right. So the little elephant is still standing next to Haru. What it's going to do is it's going to charge forward and let out a little as it slams its head into kind of like the back of her leg. But this is extraordinarily weak. And instead of dealing damage, I have the ability to cast spells and have them, as long as they're not targeted self, originate from either myself or the wild flame, the wildfire shape, and as the elephant touches the back of your leg, you can feel some like warmth there. The elephant glows a little bit pink, and I'm using my action to cast through my elephant Cure Wounds, which will. Does that roll the dice for me? Yes. Everything just suddenly got very laggy over here.
Oh no.
Oh! Okay.
Wow.
Whoa.
And because I have this creature currently out, I get to roll 1d8. I clicked 1d8, thank you. 1d8, which will then give you an additional 1 point of healing. So you get a total of 19 points of healing. So that is my action. How's that feeling? How's your
Felt pretty good. I need to calculate that because it actually didn't add it to me. So you said 19 points of healing?
Yes.
She
good.
feels incredibly better than she did literally 12 seconds ago.
Next, we're going to target Dro instead. And then we're going to say, feel better. We're going to shoot over one of them healing words at you, which
doing cooking
immediately
spell?
lagged out my game.
You're a sorcerer too?
This is a bonus action.
Yeah, healing word
Yeah,
is a
but it's a
bonus
leveled
action.
spell.
It's a cantrip for me. I can cast this at will once per long sleepy. I think it's long
Ooh.
sleepy.
As a cantrip?
Oh, I wasn't
Dude.
aware for those one-time uses that they weren't counting as leveled spells.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know.
My house rule is as long as it's below level 3, you guys can, and you have the action economy for it, you can do the thing. So bonus action cure wounds totally fits the profile.
Just for using my sorcery points, not for everyone.
No, it's that you can take 2 big spells and make one of them fast to take advantage of that. Everybody else has to. That's how you get to cast 2 fireballs. Nobody else can cast 2 fireballs.
That statement, 2 fireballs. No.
That's gross.
No.
Gotcha. Then I will go ahead and roll that. That is 6 points of healing plus 4 for a total. That's 2d4 plus 4. Okay, a total of 14 points of healing. Over to Dro.
So funny story. I needed 1 HP.
Yeah, I figured you probably didn't need much. I figure both of you are at like less than 5 HP missing. But I figured, heal. I can't do fire damage to these guys, so heal. He's what I do best. And that will end my turn.
I'm going to bonus action switch out a spell. So I can do that. And then I am going to shatter. I should have targeted them first. Oh. I'm in the way of my own spell. Good job.
Shatter. Ow!
I'll get these two. These are
Okay, so
constipates for them.
yep. Now it's me, and we'll do con
Not great
saves.
damage. It's actually really bad damage.
Oh yeah.
They both failed.
Oh, but they both fail.
Both fail. Yeah, so let's go ahead and apply that. Nice. Okay, you. And again with the shockwave underwater. Boom! This one's bigger than Dro's. You just had to one up.
I would hope so.
And they're kind of like rocked from the back. Some of their chitin like breaks off and like falls clattering to the ground, and they are trying to get out of there as fast as possible. Anything
How's-
else for you, Cresta?
How smart are these creatures? Is all that happening and explosions exploding behind him as Dro told him to run?
I think that's. I still don't want to incur an opportunity attack from these guys, so that's gonna be it. I
Yeah.
saw them bite harder. I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. The one that is closest to you, it is going to slither down fire and disappear. Cressida, do you want to give it a boop before it leaves?
Yeah, why not? Let's boop them.
All right, let's boop him.
It can't happen twice.
If it's a fucking natural 20 with a quarterstaff, I swear.
And it can, and it will manifest.
I swear.
Look at what? Wow.
Oh my god. Oh, like an old school teacher reprimanding a badly behaving child with a ruler wrap on the knuckles. Just
Jesus.
roll that damage.
Oh,
Is it too late to switch classes?
You
You wanna
chose
go
the
with-
wrong you chose the wrong martial class as a monk there.
holy shit.
All right.
That's hilarious.
Boom.
Does Varric want to boop it on its way out? It might die. It's on near death.
Barrick wasn't going to, but like, as that happens,
Listen, Cressida
like-
just showed him
he's-
up. Doesn't he want to show off a little?
like, when in Rome, he's going to take his attack. He wasn't going to.
Kiki, why are
That-
both your characters bad influence?
I cannot believe that. I can't roll a natural 20 with Margot.
Yeah, that's going to be 7 more points. Margot or Cressida. As it runs away and like you come down and you smack it, you let's see here. Let's get a picture of this. You're gonna break something on this thing's face. What do you want to break?
What looks like it could possibly be used in a spell component?
Ooh. You know what? I'll say those like fiery red spines on the back. That looks like some sort of heat generator,
Yeah, I'll
Like-
take one of those.
like an internal heat organ. Okay, so you kind of like you come down and you smack it really hard, and it like breaks off, and it's like hanging on by like just a thread of it. And Barrett comes in with the last little bit and like follows the lead and snatches it as it like tucks itself into the fire, and it's out. All right, team vote. Let them leave or take one out.
Recommend
Margot's
not
gonna say.
not
Yeah.
pissing off the big one.
Then we kill it when it comes back.
And he like holds up his dagger. So what was that? That's a Margot vote for kill.
Margot's vote for
Dr-
kill.
Dro says leave it.
To be
Cressida?
fair, Drew was probably a little concerned that fucking the wizard just bopped it with a quarterstaff.
She was a little embarrassed. He doesn't want to have to take an opportunity attack on it when it runs away and miss it. So that's
Yeah.
why he's voting. Yeah, Cressida would vote let them go.
Okay, how about Haru and Fire Alice?
Gosh, Haru's like, she doesn't care. She's like, if they say to kill it, I'll kill it. If not, I'm leaving. I almost got eaten. I'm leaving.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see what Barrick has. Is there anything that can give him like a cool advantage on this part? Not really. I mean, these things are immune to immune to cold, which is a big part of his kit. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna use his he's gonna go 3 dagger attacks at this thing, and all 3 of them he's gonna try to target one of the antennae on this thing. And so it's gonna be a called shot, and he's going for the big guy. So I'm gonna increase its armor class for the called shot. So we'll see if he can do like 15 damage to this thing with his 3 attacks. It works. Also, we finally have that incredible, amazing new like Monster Hunter book in the official D&D Beyond system, and I absolutely want to include like Monster Hunter, like on like gathering materials and stuff, and like I haven't gone through it yet, but I hear amazing things about it. So okay, that'll hit. And so FYI, that can be a new normal sort of thing. That'll be 7. Second attack. Ooh, no dice there. Bonus action attack. 21 will hit. But since the second one is also an offhand, is like kind of a secondary one, he does not get. Oh, hold on. Let me see here. I forgot that he's a rogue, and rogues have sneak attack.
Oh, shit.
Can I actually use that here?
You have an
What's
ally
the
within
news?
5 feet. You should be able to.
Do rogues in 2024 have steady aim?
Yes, they do. Which is easier converting that into an attack.
He has
Yep.
within 5 feet. Shouldn't be an issue
Yep,
anyway.
within 5 feet. So I'll go ahead and roll sneak attack damage. And that was a good roll. Damn. Okay, that's 25 points of damage. So, like, as the big one's running, one of its big antenna gets ripped straight off of its face. Okay, so he throws his dagger twice, and like the antenna like full on like cuts clean off, and it's pissed and it just wants to get out of there. And Barrick is gonna let it. So that was 25 points. Haru, you're up, and you can say pass if you just want to let him go.
You know, maybe just being over here sounds really nice. Far away from the bugs, and then she'll Eldritch Blast.
Nice. Which one are you targeting?
Gosh, eeny, meeny, miny. I think she's got a vendetta. It's the big one. She's like, you know what?
I got far away this time. Bring it.
You
Okay, go for it.
20 to hit
20 will hit.
for 7 plus 4 because she has agonizing blast.
Ooh,
11
delicious.
force damage.
Okay.
21 to hit
21 hits.
for 9 force damage. 18 to hit
18 does hit because its armor class is 17.
for 14 force damage.
14 force damage. All right. Both of them are looking nasty. Like they are beat up, bloodied, and they are hurting bad. Anything else for you, Haru?
That is it. She said, I'm leaving, but also this is just, my
This-
kiss
this-
goodbye.
This is just me venting.
Yeah.
Margot, you're up.
Minesweever. This guy.
So which
Did
one?
it not? The one I'm targeting.
Okay, the little one.
The northern one.
It's a save, so I gotta do my bit. That'll be a fail.
That would be great damage.
Alright, but every little bit helps. Okay. Anything else for you, miss?
Yeah, let's do it again.
Okay. What? It's like you're banking that
That's
these
much
things
better
don't have a
damage.
high intelligence?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Rude.
Its eyes are like, one of its eyes full on pops and like starts oozing down. Cressida, make a dexterity save for me. Cressida, make a dex save.
Yeah. I was just getting
Okay.
her character sheet open.
Okay, you're good. Okay, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you hear the pop and you look up and you see like the goo like kind of slowly floating down through the water and you're able to like get out of the way. Otherwise you would have taken a little bath. This thing is like twitching and spazzing, like it can't move. It is.
All right, that's
I will
it.
straight
then.
up. I will straight up give this one paralyzed. Okay, the young one. It can't do anything. It just got in the last like 6 seconds. Its mind just got scrambled, and Dro just turned it into Rocky Balboa versus like a pig hide. And like it is just beat to shit. Can't do anything. The big one looks at the one that's right in front of Dro and Cressida, and then like looks down and like looks at the one that just got away. And you hear this like heart-reaching shriek, like just this agonized scream as it like turns its head and like dives into the fire and disappears and leaves one of its children to go protect the other.
Oh, are we the bad guy?
It jumped us.
Or complications.
It does just so fair.
No,
It totally
no.
deserves
It
it.
ate you.
did. It did. You're
It
right.
did.
You're right. It ate Haru. We're not the bad guys. We're justified.
They didn't have to attack us to begin with.
Right. And just to drive it home, Barrick got his attack of opportunity back. I'm gonna give it to him advantage on this one.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no! It's not going.
It's gonna get out of there.
Solid.
Oh.
Just to add insult to injury as it's fleeing, and like his key dagger like stabs into it and like goes under the lava, or it goes into the fire, and he just flick, and it comes back in between his fingers.
Question for Margot. When there was a vote on what to do, what did Margot say exactly?
I imagine she would have said. I don't remember what I said, but it was something along the lines of kill them, or there'll be less of them to come back. And the way she said it, Dro would know this. She's speaking from experience. This is like the kind of things and creatures she's fought alone for 7 years. So she said that from experience. Kill them or there will be more to come back.
Yeah, Joe's gonna swing because Margot's the one that said it.
Okay. How do you want to do this? Not even you don't even have to roll.
I think a couple key things. Throw saw the one get away. He also told them to run after beating the shit out of this one. He had said originally, let them go, whatever. That was Dro speaking. If Echo was still with Dro, Echo would have agreed with Margot and killed it on the spot. Dro made a promise to Echo to bring back the person Echo liked. So as Dro turns to go to the portal, what he told everyone to do, he's just going to reach up and swipe across the throat of the creature and keep walking. Almost as if, for a slight moment, Echo is the one that did that. And not Dro.
This thing is very tall. It's a large creature. It's probably like, it's skinny, but like tallish and probably like 8 or 9 feet. Dro just like walks forward and just does like a casual swipe above his head, like, and just keeps going. And it dies and falls.
Margot teleports to your side.
Oh, and the two of them just keep walking. Badass. All right. That'll be the end of this combat. Anyone got a very large bag?
You want to
No,
take
but
that?
you look like you have the muscles to carry it.
No, magic bag, obviously.
I'm gonna have to jump off here because it's after midnight. But
Dro just opens up his bag. The bag of holding.
And with that, we will bring ourselves back to this moment. next week. Thank you guys very much for joining.
Mhm.